But then he would really want the sensation, and then I could see him starting to flap while he was biting me, and I'm like, oh, he's going to the bone. Going to the bone. All the way to the bone.
Oh my God.
Well, it's pretty funny that the highest performing podcast is titled, We Don't Even Have a Dining Room Table. That's what...
And it's the truth.
That is what people connected with the most this week.
That's hilarious.
And we don't even have a dining room table. I was kind of like, what? I remember going back on that episode, like, what should I write? We talked about so many random things in that episode, and I was like, oh yeah, I think we mentioned that we don't even have a dining room table.
It's been years.
I didn't even think about it. When you know, it's so normal not to have a dining room table for us. I wonder what our kids think about that.
Well, we have bar stools in the kitchen, so they sit at the bar stools. We just stand and eat. And then Cal has this little picnic table thing in the living room.
It's plastic.
Yeah, it's like the little tykes or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And they sit at that table a lot.
Which is crazy. Well, and sometimes Cal makes us sit there.
Yeah, he'll try to squeeze everyone into this
He'll say,
top table.
family, sit down. Family, sit down. And I'm like, oh no. And I try to like get out of the room, but then he'll notice you and come grab you.
He wants us all together. And then if you go away, he like chases after you.
Yeah. It's
My morning voice is awful. It doesn't even come out.
This
is me.
It's not as bad as your face.
Are you serious?
You look exhausted right now.
Well, I'm out of my makeup wipes, so my makeup.
I wasn't talking about that. I was saying like how tired you look.
Hey, I don't wake up at 6 a.m. Okay, and I've done it like 5 days in a row.
You did good. You've done really good.
I like sleeping until 7:30.
Oh my God, you'd love to sleep. No, here's the thing. You love sleeping until 7:30. You also would love to go to bed at 7:30. You would love 12 hours of sleep every night.
Yes, and I used to do that.
Okay. Well,
but I haven't done it in years.
No, that's not real. That's probably never happening again.
Yeah, probably not.
Maybe when you're 55 or 60.
Ugh, I can't wait.
You were the only one that can't wait to get old. You were so excited to get old and just be tired. And
oh my God.
You want kids on the phone. You're like, just get out of my house. Everybody get out of my house.
Well, I've been raising kids for a long time.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't end, but it's exhausting.
I don't know. Yeah, we don't know. I don't know if it ends or not. It's kind of crazy. Like well, here's why you're so tired, and I get it. Like yesterday, you had a horrible drop off with Cal. It was terrible. Like even yesterday's episode, you said you were about to cry, and I think you did.
Yes.
And then so you're like, hey, you've got to go get him tomorrow afternoon, and good luck. And I'm like, uh-oh. So then you line up the therapist to come with me because we know how sometimes it can go. Well, she got caught in traffic. She was running late. So I'm sitting here at the 11th hour, and I'm like, I just got to go. I can't wait anymore. Mm-hmm. So I go, and I'm sitting there, and I get out of the car, and I'm at the back gate of the school where he goes. And all of a sudden, he turns the corner, and he's with his like little pod of people, right? They're coming out to get picked up. And he hasn't noticed me yet. So far, everything's good. And he's walking. And this, by the way, is like happening in slow motion. Because I'm like, when does the meltdown start? Now, I'm armed with the videos that he likes. And I've got a little duck in my pocket. Sometimes he likes these little ducks. So I've got videos and ducks as backup. Okay. And it's like 2:56, beautiful day out. And all of a sudden he looks up at me, stops. And I'm like, and again, everything turns to slow motion.
You're like, oh no.
Oh no. And he goes, hi, Daddy. And I'm like, oh, you mean everything's going to be okay?
Oh my gosh.
And it was like the most glorious pickup ever. Like, it was crazy.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I was at work. I was a little anxious because the therapist couldn't get there in time because of traffic. And then I'm like, oh, geez, this is going to take forever. And we talked yesterday about car seats and buckling and all that. I'm like, I'm glad it went well.
Yeah, but, you know, I thought to myself, though, too, had we taken Lolo, one of his therapists, he would have had a meltdown. Like, it just never, it was... You know what I mean? We didn't know what was going to change it. It was just crazy.
Well, you just don't know what you're going to get. And honestly, the anxiety of it all just exhausts me a lot.
So he didn't want me to pick him up and carry him to the car. He's in this new thing, which is good. He's getting older and, you know, he wants to be a bigger kid. So he wanted me to hold his hand and walk him to the car. Well, that's fine. But I was wearing these workout shorts and they're weighted down with ducks and my phone. And so as I'm going, I've kind of got my elbow on the top of my shorts so they're not falling down because I've got ducks and phones in them
while
I'm holding his hand. The whole thing's so awkward.
Because you couldn't you couldn't hold it because you were holding his hand. Like you couldn't hold your phone in the ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was going to carry him and have one hand on my shorts so they didn't fall down. I had already figured that part out. I had already figured out how my pants weren't going to fall off on the way back to the car.
Oh, my God.
But because he wanted me to hold his hand, one hand is there. You know what I mean? And
that's funny.
Yeah. Not really.
I hold him on my hip a lot. 38 pounds on your hip for years. I mean, I roll over in the middle of the night and I'm aching.
That's a strong hip, girl.
Well, I've
got a hip on you.
5 babies.
Girl got a hip. 38 pounds for 5 years.
Stop it.
But that's just like an example of one day. Like, and then it's
just
funny.
Just a portion of your day.
Yeah, and then but
not
how
even a big portion. Geez.
And how expectations and it was bad because I was like, oh, this is going to be a bad pickup and could affect the rest of the day. But then it didn't. It was a total non-factor. And then he got home and Lolo was here. His therapist was here. And he was like, oh, Yo-Yo. He calls her Yo-Yo. He's like, oh, hi, Yo-Yo. And she's like, hi, Cal.
Her name's Lauren.
Yeah, but
I know. It's
the
cute.
kids say Lolo, but he says Yo-Yo.
I know.
He's trying to get the Lolo down. So now I call her Lolo.
Yeah.
She calls me yesterday because she's going to be late. I was like, hello. She's like, hey, it's Lauren. I'm like, hey, Lolo. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what the hell to call you, man.
Oh, it's fine.
I don't know. I don't know anything anymore.
Bad news.
What?
You have pickup again today. An early pickup. So you have to do the front desk stuff.
Now, I know what y'all are thinking. Well, don't assume it's bad news because yesterday's pickup was really good. Oh, but I know better.
Oh, yeah.
The universe will rain down on me for that one yesterday. Yeah, oh, well, we'll just have to figure it out. But no Lolo with me today because it's early.
12, yeah. Oh, no. She's going to meet you at the house at 12:30.
Oh, boy. And I got to pick him up at 12:15.
Yep.
It's 7. Ooh, I got 5 hours to get my life together.
Do you get anxious?
No, because I just, listen, I just know there's nothing. There's no rhyme or reason. So, no.
Yep. You just don't know.
Don't get me wrong. Like, while the meltdown's about to happen, I start to get like, oh, like everything's slow motion, you know? It's like that. It's just that stress. It's like adrenaline. When something about to happen, you get that adrenaline that hits you.
Yeah.
That's what it is for me. I don't have any pre-anxiety going into it. But
my whole day's pre-anxiety. That's why I'm tired.
It's not good for you.
I know.
I know. I've tried to work with you on that.
I know. It's awful.
But you're a much better planner than I am, so I guess it equals out.
That's my problem, I guess. I'm planning ahead.
Yeah. And then I do
Not
like
good.
none, and so I'm just like ready for when it happens, but then if you do no planning, that doesn't work as well. You spend the whole day worrying about things that mostly are never going to happen.
I can't help it.
So I guess we're both going to put ourselves in the grave early.
Which is not good for him.
Bad for him.
I know.
Yeah. Bad.
So yesterday, he bit you.
Yesterday was a bad bite.
Yeah. So
It was what I call a felony bite. Like if a stranger were to bite me for that, it wouldn't have been a misdemeanor. It'd have been a felony. There was big marks, man.
He almost broke the skin.
I thought maybe there was some blood.
Well, so I have a video I will post later about his therapist showing him how to do his bite bracelet because you have to remind him to use it. The bad news is he's starting to break off the little pieces. His teeth are too strong for these bite bracelets. I have bought so many. I bought sleeves and stuff to put on him. I can't really figure out what's going to work. And I don't know when this is going to stop. I mean, this is a phase that has been lasting for a while now. I have to put Aquaphor on his arms at night because it's like drying out his arms. He does not break the skin on himself.
No, but you know what's going to... It is starting to like... His arms are like going to be scarred because your skin can only repair itself so often.
And it's like making it raw. Like
Calloused.
I just load it with Aquaphor.
Sometimes it gets calloused. Like it gets real dry over. And then I'm worried about when that happens, he's going to like rip it off and then it's going to bleed. He's going to need sleeves. Like
I've tried. I mean, the sleeves that I found are not thick enough.
Yeah.
If anybody has recommendations, please, if you've gone through this before, please
shark. It's probably
send us
gonna
a
have to
comment
be
or something.
A shark themed sleeve, something he can look. I don't know. I mean, it's yeah. You know what? You turned me on to this this comedian girl whose son has autism. She did a video.
Was that Laura Cleary?
Yeah, is it Clary? Clary?
Cleary. I don't know how to say her last name.
Anyway, she's got a huge following on social media, like 3 million people. And I guess her son just got diagnosed, I don't know, a few months ago.
Yeah.
And in her video, she was like, you know, it really was a great video. And if it doesn't make you cry, you have no soul, because I mean, it's like, she's obviously very moved, from talking about how I knew something was different, but that doesn't mean that I thought something was wrong and everything. Well, anyway, they get the diagnosis, and she was talking about, I can handle this and I can handle this, and I wouldn't trade anything for the world. And then she goes, okay, except for the biting. Yes, I would absolutely trade that for the world.
Oh, he bites himself?
I don't know, himself or them.
Okay.
But yes, biting is an issue. She mentioned it several times in the video. And right when she said that, I was like, oh my God, you're so right. Like, I really can deal with the baby shark all day. I actually kind of like it, and I would miss it if it was gone. Like him singing that.
Oh, yeah.
Or him saying his funny things that he says. Hey, Cal, do you want a snack? Okay. Cal, do you want another piece of pizza? Oh, yes. You know what I mean? Like, it's really cute and really fun, and it's different, right? But the biting is one thing that can absolutely go.
Well,
like,
and
if that goes tomorrow, I will be happy.
It makes you sad, really. I mean, you see him biting his arm. So he likes the feeling of biting his arm. He also is obsessed with baby sharks or sharks in general. So he likes to see the mouth bite on his arm, and then he moves his arm like a tail or fin is moving.
Yep.
Like his arm is swimming like a shark.
So I had
hard.
I had this idea, and I guess it turned out to be really stupid. Well, I always think I'm going to figure something out that hasn't been figured out before, and 99% of the time I don't figure it out, but I try. Well, I thought to myself, he loves mommy and daddy and family. He's always talked about his family. Where's my family? I love my family.
Yes.
He sees pictures on the walls. We don't have a dining room table, but we do have pictures on the walls. So he can't get up there yet. Well, I thought to myself, okay, since he loves us and he likes us and wants us all to be happy, what if, while he's biting himself, I tell him to bite me instead? And then he bites me and he sees the pain, and then I say, kiss it, and then he'll feel bad, like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this because it hurts people.
That was very nice of you, because I would never do that, because he bites hard. And you tried, man.
And it was also a horrible idea.
Yeah, he did feel bad a couple times, and he kissed it after.
Right. Not as bad as how I felt, though. Like, halfway through these bites, I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible.
And he's doing it to himself. Like, it's awful.
So like the first couple times it was a little weird. So he's like, he wasn't really doing it that hard. And I'm like, oh, I was like, well, you just have baby skin. That's why it looks so bad. But then he would really want the sensation. And then I could see him starting to flap while he was biting me. And I'm like, oh, he's going to the bone. Going to the bone. All the way to the bone.
Oh my God.
I'm like,
oh my God. And honestly,
he's like a pit bull. He won't stop till he feels bone.
Oh my God. Don't talk about pit bulls.
Why? That's how he felt. And by the way, how he looked. Like, it was like couldn't. So then I realized, oh, he thinks now this is like, what's the word?
A game. I mean, he actually could have. He actually could have bitten you harder because he wasn't feeling it himself.
That's the thing. He was biting me until he felt it. Well, I didn't realize any of that stuff because I'm not a researcher. I'm just a guy
who
gets on the internet once in a while and reads things. Well, that's stupid because that didn't work really well. But I did try, and I thought maybe. And so, yes, he would do it, and then he would feel the pain. I literally would scream. Like, I'd be like, ah, And then he would look at me, and then I would say, ow. And then I would say, hurt. And he goes, want me to kiss it? And I'm like, yes. And then he would. And then I'm like, well, I'm doing that again.
Well, yesterday.
I did for a week.
Yesterday he was biting himself. This is not funny. I'm laughing at you.
Oh,
yesterday
I know.
He was biting himself. So you gave him your hand and said, kiss it.
Yeah.
Because you were like, well, I'll just distract him. And then he bit you. Hard.
Yeah, I was like, all right, maybe I'll take the bite thing out. And I'm like, hey, just kiss my hand so you know that you can be nice to your arm. Like, just kiss my arm so you can be nice to your arm, but no more of the biting thing. Well, he sees, like I said, it was like giving a steak bone to a dog. I gave him my arm. I'm like, here, kiss it. And he's like, oh. I was like, ow. He bit the hell out of it. Man, that hurt. And that was late. That was like, because he's into his night owl thing again. That was like, what, 9:30 at night?
Yes.
Man, there's nothing
this is what also makes me
There's
tired.
nothing that'll wake you up than a human jaw clamping down on your forearm bone at 9:30 at night. Like, you talk about your adrenaline going, I was like, ow!
Oh, my gosh.
Damn, that hurts.
Yeah, he likes to stay up late now.
Oh, my God. I was in bed last night, and you were like, I think I got to go check him. And I'm like, oh, my God. If he wakes up and gets his second wind and we're up forever, like, I just, then we really literally are going to have to start going to bed at whenever he goes to sleep, and we're going to have to sleep in as long as we can.
I know, it's awful. I just want to say one more thing about the bite thing. He likes sharks so much that I even tried to buy tattoos, fake tattoos.
That's right.
And I would put a fake tattoo on his arm so he can see the shark and move his arm like he's swimming. Yep, that didn't work.
Yeah, and we're probably we're leaving off, I don't know, reasonably, we're probably leaving off 6, 7, 8 other things we've tried.
Well, there's bite sticks.
Yeah.
There's a bite necklace. There's all these different things. Nothing has worked.
Yeah.
And he's also... What?
No, go ahead.
He's also using a sippy cup still because he would just pour water everywhere with a regular cup. So even with that, remember he was biting off the tops?
Yeah. I like when we'll take him in his wagon outside in the neighborhood and stop by some houses, like friends' houses outside, like in their garage and stuff. And we can just tell when things are about to not go good, like a meltdown's coming or
Yeah.
And a lot of times people are like, hey, where are you guys going? It's like, well, Cal's starting to, it's getting to that point where he's, and they're like, no, he's fine. Like, what are you talking about? Everything's fine. I'm like, yeah, I appreciate it, but you just have no idea what's on tap. Like, you know what I mean?
I know. And our kids know. So like when we go places, our kids know we always have to be ready to leave.
There are signs. And
yeah.
And you don't know if you don't. It's like being in the fraternity and the secret handshake. Man, once the secret handshake comes out.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, I don't know either, but I had friends in a fraternity and they had a secret handshake that I thought was really stupid because I was like, well, that's weird because we're all at the same party together. So what the hell does that thing get you?
Oh, my gosh.
So whatever.
Well, it does like break my heart a little bit for special needs siblings, because they take on a lot.
Yeah, they don't talk about it either. That's the dangerous part. They do talk about it. I don't think they talk about what bothers them.
And they will talk. I mean, it's something they'll probably have to talk about later on in life because they see a lot and experience a lot that most people don't.
Yeah, I mean, quick example. The girls had a flag football game last night, and I don't know who, maybe you, who knows, whatever. They got it in their head that you and Cal were going. Well,
they just assume because I always go.
Yeah,
but it was late.
It was a late game, and it was going to be dark. And talk about him being up late and not, going to bed early. The last we need to do is amp him up at 6, 7.
Have a good day.
Later, man. It's Friday. All right. Tyler, heading to high school.
Yeah.
I try to get him excited, like, hey man, it's Friday. He's like, okay. It's like, jeez, dude.
Yeah, he's like, whatever.
Well,
I'm like, this is like the easiest part of your life.
Oh,
like going
God.
to high school.
If I could hit the button and go back right now.
I know.
Here's the button. I just keep hitting it. I'm hitting it and I'm still here.
But it's true. I mean, people can't wait to graduate, and then it's like, oh, okay, the real world.
Anyways. So they couldn't go, and I knew the girls were disappointed, and I felt bad. But
I think this is the first game I've missed. That's why.
Yeah, but he's just in a phase right now that doing things late at night, getting him more amped up, it just wouldn't be good for later on. So. But there's a game Saturday, and you'll go Saturday, and everything will be fine. But yeah, it's little things like that, little speed bumps where you just go. You could just feel it. You could kind of feel the sadness, and it's like, guys, just come on. Like this is just trust us. This, you just feel the day. It's like late game tonight, staying up late, not going to work.
Plus, getting in and out of the car, the wagon, all this stuff. It's like adding so much more to your day.
I think vacations, as they're in the age, especially the younger ones. They're starting to think about that. Why don't we go on long family vacations? Because their friends all do it.
Oh,
I mean, my God, we
live,
an hour and 15 minutes from Disney?
Yeah.
Like, what kid wouldn't want to grow up an hour from Disney World? And I think about that because, all their friends have we live around here. Like, you just don't go to, you buy the damn season passes. Like, these kids are locked and loaded with Disney, and we don't do that.
Have them. Yeah. And I think at Disney and other amusement parks, they have a fast pass or something. So if you let them know that your child has autism or special needs, you can pass the lines.
Yeah, we're not going to tell our kids that.
Well, I think I hear kids waking up, but no, we are not. And honestly, I can't imagine taking him to an amusement park.
God, that'll backfire on us. Oh, we have fast pass?
I can't imagine taking him to an amusement park. I mean, can you imagine him getting on a ride? I mean...
You just saying amusement park right now makes me want to go into the kitchen and look for the bourbon and pour a glass.
Oh, my God.
That would be one of the most stressful days in American history. No. All right, you got to bounce here in a few minutes.
I do. I have a busy day today.
How did your Friday get to be a busy day this week? You try to usually not make that too crazy.
I have a busy rest of the week. Friday, Saturday,
Oh,
and
you're
Sunday.
That's right. That's
and
right.
sports, and it's crazy.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Football tomorrow, and I got
Happens.
Trey's got baseball and NFL football at night. No beach bar today. God, I was looking forward to a beach bar.
Probably no bars the rest of the week.
Yeah, because
we never even made it to a bar.
Not this week. I'm sure the bars are like, oh, how are we going to pay our rent? Mark and Melissa haven't been out in a week. I'm just kidding.
Stop
just
it.
one or two bars maybe saying that. It's all right. Hey, man, we need to make we broke our thing where we go out once a week. We didn't go. Oh, we went Monday. We did go Monday.
Oh, yeah. It was Martin Luther King.
Yep, we did go Monday. We have a thing where we go out once a week to like a beach bar just to stay sane, you know?
Yeah, and it can be 2 or 3 hours, but it's our time to talk to each other. And honestly, we've done it our whole marriage.
Yeah, and come to find out, it really hadn't been that important in the rest of the marriage, honestly. It didn't really make much of a difference. But then you get the special needs, and boy, that's when you need it. We should have saved all the days up and then just have gone to a bar every night since he was born.
I think
that's what we needed to do.
Difference.
No,
I think so many people. This could be a whole nother episode.
I'm exaggerating, but yes, of course I made it. I'm just saying when you really need it, you know, where it's like you got it, because we always say you got to have some time just to get out of the environment. Because like I said, you know, we have gates and cages and not cages,
but cages.
What are the like
just
little
gates?
Yeah, but what?
You make it seem like our house has all this stuff. We don't. We have baby gates, okay, people?
No, but it's the area around the TV is sort of caged in, so he doesn't go grab the TV.
There's gates.
Yeah.
I said that yesterday. There's gates around the TV stand, so we can't get the cords or the TV stand,
anyway,
whatever.
You just got to get out of the environment once in a while because it's like you are constantly playing defense. Like you're constantly trying to protect him every second of the day.
Yeah,
like
I
you're
know.
Just stressed out.
Well, even when I leave, I worry about him when I leave, but I have never had a problem paying babysitters. A lot of people don't want to spend money on babysitting. But if you don't want to spend money on babysitting, then you're going to spend money on getting divorced. I mean,
that's pretty funny.
For real.
Yeah.
And that's going to cost a lot more.
That's expensive.
Or therapy for you and all this other stuff.
No,
so
I'm not doing any of that. But
no, take the time to spend with each other because you need it.
I could just imagine going to, and I'm not clowning. I mean, there's a lot of couples who therapy has helped, and I think it's great. But I couldn't go sit and talk to somebody about marriage counseling and hear the perspective. I'd be like, y'all, you need to come to my house and sit down and tell me this and see what's going on. You know what I mean?
Well, I tell our kids, I mean, you guys have a lot of friends that have parents that are divorced. I mean, they're living between two houses. Like, I know that you don't hate when me and Daddy go out for 3 hours, 1 day a week, but I mean, it keeps us happy.
But we love it.
Keeps us happy and connected. All right. We have a lot to talk about still, but we can talk about it tomorrow.
I wanted to get to this HypnoPedia. We're not going to have time to get to it. Oh, so I'll just tell you what we're going to talk about next time on the episode. The next episode is what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
So it's HypnoPedia. I'll just say that here's what this says. When the child is sleeping, the words go directly to the unconscious, which hears 1,000 times more than the conscious. And there is a connection with autistic kids and HypnoPedia and how they can hear you better when they're actually sleeping. This is an interesting study. And listen, we're not saying we're not researchers. This is stuff that's available online, and it's interesting to talk about. Who knows? But I will say I was on LinkedIn, and I saw a bunch of parents talking about this. They're really into it. They actually, we carve out some time to go to the beach bar to stay happy and connected and normal, somewhat normal. There's people who do this every single night.
Wow.
And they say it works.
Well, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, next episode.
So workout, you did day 1, Zeus yesterday.
Ooh.
I did the 300. Do you know what the 300 means? It means you do not want to work out, but you have to get something in. It's 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 100 reps of weights. So 10 exercises 10 times.
With the weights, yeah.
Yes.
That's still a hard workout.
I know, but like on a day...
Compared to what we usually, yes. It's sort of
I can knock it out in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, but doing all that, if you do it fast, is good.
I'm feeling those wood choppers I did yesterday. Oh, my God. Right in my upper back.
My back hurts, too, because I did that the day before.
Wood chopper.
All right, I got to go, man.
You're out?
I'm out. Bye.